I can't put like Romance Dawn at Pirate King level tier if it's like 3 episodes. But the first 3 episodes, what you find out, Luffy's like backstory, him looking up to Shanks, set on the pirate adventure, runs into Kobe, meets the fat lady Videl. What's her name? I don't remember, dude. Romance Dawn, dude. Alvita, yeah. It's solid. We meet Zoro. We get our first Straw Hat with Zoro. It's solid, right? 3 episodes, though. I can't be like... Because this is like an anime perspective versus like a manga, which... Is there a whole lot of difference there? Because it's one volume. It's 7 chapters. I feel like putting it at Supernova. It's like... I feel like I can't give it Rookie, because it starts our adventure, right? We meet our first Straw Hat, with Zoro. We set out our adventure of becoming the Pirate King, meeting Kobe and his ass, just being a little like chore boy on the ship of Alvita. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing. It sets the tone though of the show. And you can't put it at Rookie. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful if you put it at Rookie. Anything lower than Rookie. Am I just gonna go out of order here? I kind of want to go in order. So let's go with Orangetown, huh? Orangetown. I feel like this is our first like conflict, right? Because even though we kind of have a run in with Alvita, and a little bit with the Marines and Axe Hand Morgan and all that, we don't really have our first conflict until we run into Buggy. So I feel like this is just another shorter arc, and it's 4 episodes. So I feel like it's probably a little... I don't know. I don't know where to put Buggy. Orangetown. I don't really have a lot to say with this one. I feel like it'd be disrespectful putting it in Rookie. There's going to be some Rookie ones, by the way. There's going to be some Rookie ones. So, One Piece head, One Piece fanboy, don't get it twisted, but we're going to have... I think it's going to be pretty spread out. So, I can't disrespect Buggy in Orangetown and put it at Rookie, but I'll put it below Romance Dawn, because Romance Dawn, it's the start of the series. I think recruiting Zoro, that's bigger than meeting Buggy, even though Buggy's got probably a pretty important character in the story, Where are we heading next? Syrup Village. This is where we start getting better. This is where we start getting our kind of real arc, because this is 9 episodes. We just keep on doubling the episodes until we get to like 400 episodes, and it's like we have like these 200 episode arcs, right? So Syrup Village. We who do we got up to this point? We got Zoro, not Sanji yet. So Zoro and Nami at this point. And we meet the cat guy. What's the cat guy's name? Refresh my memory. The Black Cat Pirates. I really like this. I really like this arc a lot. I really think we get our like most interesting arc and kind of villain character with I can't believe we haven't mentioned his name here. I'm just kind of skimming through here. Kuro. Is it Kuro? Kuro's Kuro. Yeah. Like, are we ever gonna see Kuro again show up? That'd be kind of cool. And like this final, it'd be weird, but maybe just like a cutback or something. That's a good arc. Usopp, we get the ship. Our first glow up in the crew. We get recruit Usopp. We get a pirate ship. We have our first villain with Kuro and the Black Cat Pirates. It's got a lot of interesting stuff going on. I would say this is probably our best arc at this point. So I would definitely put it in front of Romance Dawn. I can't go Yonko with it. It's a good arc. It's 9 episodes. I would put it at 7 Warlords, right? I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. Here I go trying to pronounce it. Shikubaki. Just means warlord. Warlord tier. A tier. I feel like that's where it belongs, right? Well, if I can find it. I've already lost it. I've lost it, boys. As I'm doing, I got like background music going. I just need a little something. It's good. So I would put it in A tier. Syrup Village art. I feel like it's our first kind of actual arc that stuff happens, you know? These first kind of arcs, if you will, are just kind of, you know, they're there. You know, first few episodes happen and they happen. So. But definitely the best arc up to that point of One Piece. Alright, we got Barote. Ooh. Am I going to be biased here, boys, with Barote? This is leagues above Syrup Village, in my opinion. And I'm also a Sanji. Like, Sanji's one of my favorite characters. So it might be a little biased here. Maybe put this higher than maybe it should be. But I love that whole arc. How long is Barote arc? It's a reasonable amount, right? We got 11-ish episodes. Or am I counting wrong? Yeah, about 11-ish episodes. Bro, that's pretty good. Give me a little rundown of Barote. Like, I know what happens, but it's been a minute, right? You know, Don Krieg, you know, our next villain, right? Our next kind of person of the arc that Luffy fights. We kind of get a backstory with Sanji. Also, Gin, just character that is just like no importance, right? Like, there's no reason to make this character a good character. But yet, it's a character we end up liking, Jin. One like right hand of Don Krieg. Sanji feeds him. Ends up being this like whole back and forth. You know, when we find out Jin is the right hand man of Don Krieg, and then he fights Sanji. That whole fight's just really good. Also, I mean, the best part of it is probably the backstory, in my opinion. And I'm a sucker for backstories. So, you give me the backstory with Zeph and Sanji meeting. You know, they get stranded. That whole scene's good, where it's just like, you know, here's your feel, Sanji. Here's your food. You eat this food. You know, I get a bigger bag because I'm an adult. I need more to eat. And then when Sanji goes to steal it and finds out it was just a bunch of treasure. It was never any food in it. And Zeph's just been starving. You know, and then figuring out that Zeph, you know, went out of his way, tore his leg. You know, he was Red Leg Zeph or whatever his name was. You know, basically threw his pirate career away, saving Sanji just because of the dream of finding the All Blue. Whew! It hits, boys, let me tell you. Yeah, this is the best arc by any point in the One Piece story up to this point, right? And I feel like that might be a trend going forward, but, because the next we got Arlong Park, which, we'll get to there, But Barote, better than Syrup Village. Do I dare put it Yonko tier? 11 episodes, putting it in Yonko tier seems crazy. I might adjust it later, but I feel like it's like right in the middle. Just because of its short, but sometimes short and sweet is just, I feel like it's just taken away from some of these just like 100 episode arcs though. More fleshed out. But it just has everything you'd want in an arc. I mean, Don Krieg isn't the best villain by any means, but I'll put it in A tier. I'll leave it in A tier for now. I really want to put it in S tier though. I'll put it in A tier for now. All right, what we got next? We got Arlong Park. And good Lord, Arlong Park, boys. I mean, does Arlong Park cover the... Okay, it covers everything. Good. I didn't know if there was some other arc that was also part of Arlong Park, but okay, good. I'm almost tempted to just put this pirate game. and I... Call me crazy? I mean, how long is Arlong Park? It's like 30 episodes, right? Only 13? Arlong Park feels like it's a lot longer. I don't know why. I don't care. I don't care. That makes me more... give me more reason to put Barote and Yonko here now, but... you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Because I don't think these are on the same level, Syrup Village and Barote, you know? So I'm gonna do that number right there. I'm gonna do that number. Arlong Park. I mean, what do I gotta say about Arlong Park? The best villain, and I think if you go whole series with this, you can still kind of keep that opinion of Arlong being one of the best villains in One Piece. He's got everything. He's got everything you're looking for in like an anime villain, right? You get the backstory with Nami. I mean, one of the, sadder backstories, kind of figure her character development just absolute shoots up like a rocket in this art. Makes you love Nami. The mother's love. Come on, dude. I mean, it's just, there's so many beats that are good. And also the fights. Like, everyone, this is the first time, like, this is a true arc. So we got Zoro fighting somebody. We got Sanji fighting somebody. We got Luffy fighting Arlong. Usopp's even fighting a character of the Arlong Pirates. So, and that's great, Usopp Hammer, right? Oh, it's just, the whole thing's good. You got maybe one of the best villains. One of the best backstories. Jinbei's name is revealed? I don't remember that, but okay. That's interesting. Hachi. I mean, we don't get a full fleshed out story of Hachi yet, but Hachi is just enjoyable. The other Arlong pirates, I guess, are not really interesting. I can't remember the other two, but their names anyway. I kind of wish this gave me just characters. Arlong pirates. Okay, here we go. So the officers, right? I mean, no one remembers these people, but we remember we remember Moo, right? Moo, of course. But Kurobi and Shu, right? So Zoro fights Hachi a little bit, and then Kurobi. It's kind of a back and forth, but good fights. I mean, the Hachi fight's just funny. Him fighting with 7 swords or 8 swords, whatever it is. And then Shu Usopp, just hilarious. Kurobi's like an actual, like, good fight with Sanji. The fight underwater with Sanji. That whole bit's good. Man. The scene where she's just stabbing the tattoo over and over, dude. Ugh. It's so good. It's so good. And I don't know what other Pirate King tier arcs we're gonna have. Alabasta for sure is gonna be there, but spoiler alert. But yeah, I love everything about Arlong Park. I don't think there's one thing I'd be like, well, that kind of sucked. I mean, it was just a good arc. Me finding out it's only like 11 episodes, it's crazy because it feels like it's 30. So I didn't know that. I can't wait till like some of these get like reanimated too. That's gonna be fire. But yeah, Arlong Park S tier. And there's no debate. I mean, if you want to debate me, boys. But you just won't win. It's too good. The only thing you could really argue is it's too short. And you could say that about some of these, but in the standards of today, I mean, what? 12, 24 episodes is like, that's an arc, that's a season. So what are we talking about? Let's go to the next arc. Logtown. See, this is it's 3 episodes, or it looks like 5. If I can count, 6 or 7 episodes. Logtown, okay. The town of the Pirate King, right? Goldie Roger. It's just kind of a stopping point, right? Zoro gains his cursed sword. The unexpected rescue. Enter Dragon. Yeah, Dragon saving Luffy. Smoker seeing the execution thing, you know, having flashbacks to, like, Goldie Roger watching his execution. The journey. Them all, like, I'm gonna be a brave man of the sword of the seas. I'm gonna, you know, see the all blue. I'm gonna become the greatest swordsman. I'm gonna chart the world. I'm gonna become king of the pirates, you know? The whole vow of their dreams. It's a solid, I don't know if I would call it an arc, though, you know? It's not a lot happens. There's some good beats, right? I don't even know where to put that. It's just, it's solid. I don't, you know, I put it below Orange Town. I'd put it in front of Orange Town. But just the execution scene alone and seeing Dragon save Luffy. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Orange Town. I like Buggy and the Buggy Pirates, but it's just, nothing really happens. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know. Personal opinion there. I'm like trying to find Logtown. Okay. Well, I'll put it right in between these. Right in between. Right. I can't even get it there. Right in between these. Okay. At B tier. Alright, what's next? I don't know what else to really talk about at Logtown. Buggy's Crew Adventure Chronicles. Hopefully that's not on here. I'm just looking here. Oh, I was looking at Whiskey Peak arc, and I'm like, trying to remember what is Whiskey Peak. I remember now. I was like blanking on that. What is the next arc? Reverse Mountain? Reverse Mountain? Okay. Yeah, we have a filler arc and then Buggy's Crew Adventure. Okay. So Reverse Mountain. I'm gonna need a little refresher on Reverse Mountain. I know Laboon, and the Doctor. I mean, not a lot happens here. How long is this arc? Is this 2 episodes? I mean, come on, boys. I don't want to put I can't put Laboon. This is definitely our worst arc that we've come into yet. I mean, I'm sorry. A 2 episode arc. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. I love Laboon, okay? Brooke would be ashamed right now. I know, but come on, you know. I'm trying to think of the Doctor's name. May need a little refresher on that. You know, he like lives inside Laboon. Like, well, why is he not even shown in this? I know he's got to be mentioned in here. Crocus, there we go. Crocus. The Doctor Caretaker of the Whale Laboon was also on Gold D. Rogers' crew, which we find out. I don't know if we find out in this arc. I think that's found out way later when we like get, you know, into Brooke and history with Laboon. You know, that end up being their, you know, crew's, you know, pet friend, you know, leaving it with Crocus. And then them not returning, but yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about Reverse Mountain other than that. Laboon's awesome. I would almost put it in Rookie, but I just Laboon. It's Laboon. I can't put Laboon in Rookie's C tier. That'd be disrespectful. Okay. I just exited out of the One Piece arcs, didn't I? Okay, we got Whiskey Peak. Whiskey Peak. Dare I say this be C tier? I like this tier list was made like by a One Piece fan, because it's like there's no arc lower than C tier. But I'm fine with that. Where's Whiskey Peak? I feel like it's gonna be our first C tier. I mean, what really happens at Whiskey Peak? We kind of figure out the whole plot, where Vivi kind of reveals to us that there's something going on with Alabasta, and she wants the Straw Hat Pirates to save it. Before when we first meet her, she's like Miss Valentine or whatever it is, Miss Wednesday, right? Not Valentine. That might be someone else. I can't remember, but Miss Wednesday. Oh, and then Zoro and Luffy fight. Like, why are you hurting these people? He doesn't figure out that this organization is bad, right? So, I don't know, I mean, the biggest thing that happens, we meet Mr. 5. Okay, this is Miss Valentine. This is paired up with Mr. 5. He's got the weird booger bomb power or whatever it is, and she's got an interesting power, having her, change her weight or whatever. I don't know. The only real importance of this is Vivi revealing, that Alabasta is falling ruin under this organization, under Crocodile, and they kind of ask for the Straw Pirates' help. I mean, that's kind of the main thing that happens, and that's kind of it. I mean, if I'm comparing it to Arlong Park, there's no villain, there's no, Romance Dawn starts the story, Logtown, you get a significant moment, and Goldie Rogers' hometown, Orange Town, you meet, Buggy, that's going to be an important character for the entire story. And Laboon. Laboon Reverse Mountain, right? Yeah. That's it. That's it on Whiskey Peak. I mean, how long is Whiskey Peak? It can't be very long. 3 episodes? Okay. This is obviously an anime perspective, so I don't, manga may have different things compared to anime, but, I feel like a lot more manga enjoyers of One Piece probably appreciate Dressrosa more than I do, just because it felt like Dressrosa was dragging so long. The pacing was so bad. Well, we'll get to Dressrosa too, but Diary. Okay, that's not going to be one. Little Garden is going to be one, and this is where we meet. This is where we're currently getting a little bit, into the current One Piece. Right, we're heading to Elbaf. We first figure out about Elbaf from Little Garden with the 2 giants, Borgie and Dory. And I can't put that C tier. That's obvious. And I feel like Elbaf is just going to heighten maybe Little Garden a little bit. It's 7 episodes, which is kind of crazy, because I don't remember being 7 episodes. But, straight D tier? Straight. Or, do you even watch One Piece Infidel? I don't even know if you're a One Piece enjoyer. I don't know. You gotta let me know. Being disrespectful over there. Put it all in D tier. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. Little Garden. This is another one where a lot doesn't happen, right? But we do get some big beats. With Elbaf. Okay, I couldn't remember if this was Mr. 3 where we run into Mr. 3. So Mr. 3 is the villain of this somewhat arc, right? And I just don't love the fight either. The funniest part was Zoro's just like, puts his sword up in the air. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die looking like, a statue. Yeah, it's just kind of to me. I don't love Mr. 3. I kind of like him a little later. Especially with the Marineford art. You start liking him a little more. Still don't care for him too much, though. I totally remember this separately. I feel like it was like a separate island that we fought Mr. 3 on, where Broggy and Dory were on, Yeah, I would put this is almost, just because we get Dory and Borgie, I'll leave it in B tier, but oh man, this is kind of tough. I don't know where to really put it in B tier. I feel like it's better than Reverse Mountain. Reverse Mountain just hardly even exists. Orange Town? I'll leave it there. And that's Mr. 3 is bringing that art down just a little bit. But there's Little Garden. Drum Island. Oh boy, it's Drum Island. We meet our next Straw Hat with Chopper. Oh, Drum Island's really good. I really like Drum Island. I don't love Wapol, which is like the villain of the arc. Not a great villain. So, but Chopper's great. The backstory with Chopper, I mean, every backstory is sad, but it's such a good backstory, right? The Cherry Blossoms, Dr. Hurlick? I can't remember how to pronounce his name. It's just a good arc. The Reindeer Doctor. The Siege of Wapol Castle. And what's his name? I'm not seeing him right now, but that kind of ends up being the leader of the island. I don't even remember his fruit, and I'm not seeing him mentioned when I'm just skimming this. Dalton, there it is. He doesn't really do a whole lot in the art, but I like him. He's a cool character. Drum Island, we get Chopper, we meet, the Witch Lady, Doctor. This is gonna be cool when we get the live action. I kind of like the live action. I feel like it did a good job, all considering. Or it's just like an anime where I would think a live action couldn't exist, so I think they did good with that first season. But I'm looking forward to seeing like Drum Island and Alabasta. I feel like this is a fleshed out arc though. Like, how long is Drum Island? I feel like it's fleshed out pretty good. Yeah, we get about like 13 episodes in Drum Island. So kind of the same length as something like Arlong. Nowhere close to Arlong arc. But Drum Island, I would put it... It's better than Syrup Village. It's better than Barote. Yep. More fleshed out than both those arcs. Even though, like, Wapol's not great, this arc's definitely gonna suffer. throughout we going through these arcs, Drum Island's gonna be on the lower tier of the S tier, but right now it's leading it. Honestly, I feel like Barote's gotta be A. I feel like I'm putting it way too high. I feel like I'm putting Barote's too high. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's a good spot for Drum Island S tier. Alright. Now this Arabasta, however you want to pronounce it. This is just like Arlong, where it may be my favorite, if not for Marineford, it may be my favorite art ever. So it's definitely Pirate King S tier. One of my favorite characters with Crocodile my favorite villain probably in One Piece. Period. I don't think it's close. Rob Lucci, sure, whatever, right? Rob Lucci's cool. Crocodile's the homie, though. Crocodile, like, this is the first time in the series where we get like, oh, okay. We're not just balling. At this point, we've been balling, right? There was never a point where it was just like, the scene where Crocodile puts his, like, Captain Hook hand inside of Luffy, you get like, oh, is our protagonist dead? Obviously not. The story's gotta continue. But it's like, this, like, oh, okay, things are real. This is like, we meet our first warlord with Crocodile. We got this first, like, power gap of like, okay. I don't know if the Straw Hats are there yet, right? And it's a lot of, like, fleshed out moments where it's like, they gotta jump over, like, a power level, you know? Like Luffy fighting Crocodile, defeating Crocodile, using anything and everything. The water, right? Zoro, I mean, maybe one of the best Zoro fights early, right? Early Zoro fights where he's just like, to be the greatest swordsman, I gotta become better. I gotta cut steel. And we have that whole moment where he, you know, ends up cutting the blade fruit, you know, what's his name? I forget. The sword fruit user, is it Mr. 2? That's Bon Clay. Oh, we also get Bon Clay. Like, I just said Bon Clay, and then I'm like, okay, we just meet one of the best characters in One Piece with Bon Clay. If you don't put this in S tier, I don't understand. I don't understand how you could put it lower, to be honest with you. It literally has everything. We meet Ace, we meet Luffy's brothers, like, Luffy has a brother, and then he's part of, like, the legendary White Beard Pirates, which we don't really know how legendary they are at this point in time, but just, it's got everything. So this scene's, like, ingrained into my head, with, like, Crocodile with his Captain Hook hand inside of Luffy, defeated by Crocodile for the first time. It's just... And then we meet Robin for the first time, which, you know, we kind of don't like Robin. Even, like, her joining later, you're kind of like, I don't know if I want Robin on the crew. And then we obviously like Robin, but... Zoro defeated Mr. 1. Everyone gets their fight, too. And this is what, like, I miss with, like, current arcs now, is, like, not everyone gets their fight anymore. This arc, everyone gets their fight. That's why Arlong arc is so good. Everyone got their fight. Sanji fighting Bon Clay. Nami fighting Miss Doublefinger. Zoro beating Mr. 1. Usopp beating, like, the mole chick lady, and the weird pitcher guy. I can't remember his name. But, literally the whole crew gets a fight. You kind of wish that happened more. And they're all pretty good fights for the most part, you know? For the most part. Yeah, Crocodile's great. Also, just smart. Crocodile's just the smart villain character where it's just like, he plans so much with his organization. And the whole reason he's even there is because one of the ancient weapons, which is a whole other deal. Yeah, there's like a lot to be said about this art. So much happens. I mean, how long is Alabasta art? Yeah, this is our first, like, really fleshed out 38 episodes. Yeah, this is our first, like, serious arc in the One Piece story at this point. Yeah, it's the best arc by far up to this point in the story, and it's my favorite arc. Removing Marineford, because I feel like you just got to remove Marineford because it's so good. But Alabasta, like, I think with Marineford's obviously going to be a Pirate King tier arc. I think there's no other S tier arcs at that point. We'll see. We'll keep going. But yeah, there's not enough good things to be said about Alabasta art. It's B tier infidel. Get out of here. Get out of here, infidel. Oh, man. Okay, what else? What's our next arc? I think it's Skypiea. I feel like there's something before it, though. Jaya. It's Jaya. I just saw Punk Hazard. I can't wait till we get to Punk Hazard. I'm gonna rip Punk Hazard, dude. I do not like Punk Hazard. Jaya. Jaya. How long is Jaya? 8? Wow, okay, it's longer than I thought. Yeah, Jaya, I feel like Jaya's kind of a slept on arc, because thinking of arcs, you don't really think of Jaya, but there's kind of a lot that happens with Jaya within the short amount of episodes there are with it. Obviously, the first thing I think of, there's 2 moments, but my favorite moment is Luffy just punching Bellamy. You know what I mean? How maybe one of the best scenes in One Piece, where he's just like bouncing all around. You know, he's got the spring fruit bouncing all over the place, and I kind of want to pull it up because it's just such a memorable moment in One Piece. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube, so it's like, I'm not trying to get copyright here, but may just cut this part in the video. Oh, this is dubbed. Good lord, can we not have dubbed? You know, all this goofy Gear 5th, it's good. It's like, I love the transformation. It's funny, it's goofy, it really fits Luffy. But there's something about the old, before Marineford, these arcs where he's just like, the seriousness, right? I miss this. They're like the cold-blooded. Do I know how to throw a punch, you ask? It's such a good scene, dude. It's such a good scene. Like that one in the Celestial Dragon punch too. Oh, just the absolute just punches where he just doesn't use any powers. I mean, the Celestial Dragon one obviously didn't have to, but that one where he's just like, you asked me if I could throw a punch. Let me show you, brother. Let me put you in the ground right now. So, with that being said, and then also, we didn't even talk about the other thing. We meet Blackbeard for the first time. And then, you know, you get the whole, like, they thing, like, with it being, like, Luffy and Zoro being like, him? You mean them? And it's just like, what? It's like, Blackbeard's just one person. Why did you say them? And I feel like we still, you know, 1,155 episodes, and we still don't know what it means. We still don't know why he can have 2 devil fruit powers. It's just, yeah, mating, and the stuff with Nolan. I don't really care about the stuff with Nolan. I'm just gonna be out with it there. But if you like the Nolan stuff, that's even more of a props to this arc, right? I've been talking about Jaya more than I should, but I feel like it's one you definitely forget about with all the other big arcs, you know? So, with Blackbeard and the Bellamy punch, I don't think I can put it in front of Romance Dawn, but I'm gonna put it right below it. Because not a lot happens, right? It's just like 8 episodes. but it's a good little beat. Now, this is where we're about to get real controversial, I think, boys. So, because next we got Skypiea. And I know people that love Skypiea. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care for it. This is like the first time when I'm like watching One Piece. And I just don't really care about the art. This is like the first time I like NL not being very interesting to me. A lot of people like NL, I think just because of his power, right? I don't know, but Luffy being immune to it because he's rubber, so it's not even really a good fight. So there's that. Also, the other characters. I'm trying to think of the biggest moment in it. And this is going to sound hilarious. But I think about the Going Merry, right? The strange figure fixing the Going Merry, which comes up later in Water 7. Like, that's the best moment, in my opinion. Which is crazy, but it kind of like has some meaning later on. I don't know, these fights too, I just like, I don't even remember these fights. Like the round rotund guy, I can't even think of his name. He sucks. Like, these characters just suck. Also the Bell thing, right? Where, because we have Robin at this point. So we find out, Goldie Roger's message within, that whole deal. I don't know. I know some people just love Skypiea. And the concept's cool. An island in the sky. Like, it's got a lot of cool stuff going on. But I just never really cared for it. Not a great villain with NL. I'm just not an NL fan. I mean, still watchable, right? And it's not like, I still kept watching. I mean, I love One Piece, but yeah, I'm having a hard time where to put this art, because I just don't like it. And at this point, there's not an arc that I don't like, so it makes me want to put it in C tier. It's kind of crazy, but it makes me want to put it in C tier. And I think I'm gonna have to live with that. It's in front of Whiskey Peak, but like, all these other arcs up to this point I kind of like. Like, Whiskey Peak is whatever, right? But bro, that's a lot of people are gonna hate me for that. Because putting all of these in front of Skypiea is kind of crazy. I just don't like it. There you have it. There's my take on Skypiea. Also, the Nolan stuff, I just don't remember a lot of it either. It's very not memorable. Like, maybe when we get like reanimated arcs and episodes of like older arcs like this, maybe it'll do a little bit more justice with pacing, and I don't know. I don't even think the pacing's that. I mean, how long is Skypiea? I don't know. It's 42 episodes. It's longer than Alabasta. No wonder I didn't like it. It's longer than Alabasta and has no meaning being. No meaning being that long. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Oh, do we have Foxy on here? Okay, good. Didn't really want to talk about Foxy. Oh, Water 7. So is Water 7 our next actual arc here? Water 7. Ooh. So Water 7 and Ines Lobby are separated. So this is 40... Okay, 30, like 34 episodes? Water 7? Water 7 and Impel Down just run so close together. I'm trying to. We get the not Usopp. We get the Frankie backstory, right? CP9. Oh yeah, with Robin. This is a good arc. Yeah, Frankie's past. Frankie's past is really good. Not my favorite backstory, but it's a solid backstory. I mean, is there a backstory that's bad? I don't know if that exists, but yeah, this arc's good. There's no like villain, but just a lot of building up on the story, right? The Going Merry with Usopp versus Luffy fight. That kind of happens. Is that the end? No, that's during the Water 7, right? I don't think that happens after Impel Down. Yeah, it happens during Water 7. Yeah, this is a good arc. Yeah, Luffy versus... There it is. Yeah. Where do I put Water 7? Oh, this was the first tough one, because Enies Lobby is just goated. Enies Lobby... We'll wait. We'll wait to talk about Enies Lobby, because I really want to talk about Enies Lobby. I don't know. Water 7's interesting. Because when I think of Water 7, I think more of the events in Enies Lobby versus Water 7. It's definitely A tier, but I don't know if it's S tier. Because it's so tough. Because it's like I want to put it in with Enies Lobby, which then makes it so much better. Water 7. Where do I put you? It's definitely here or there. Is it better than Drum Island? I just don't think it is. I'm putting it in A tier. And the whole reason is because Enies Lobby is way better. That's where like all of the stuff in Water 7 builds up all that. I feel like they're together more than they're separate from each other. But like I feel like that arc is one arc, but they're separated. So they're both about 30-ish episodes. Enies Lobby immediately better than Drum Island. Is it S tier? I said earlier Alabasta, Arlong, Marineford, and that's it. This is an S tier arc. Enies Lobby's an S tier arc. I'm sorry. It just is. It just is. You got Rob Lucci. And this is probably popular opinion, probably everyone's favorite villain. Rob Lucci. There'll probably be some people to disagree, but he's definitely up there. And he's good. He's a good villain. CP9. The Buster Call. You know, meeting more of the giants. Let's just pull Enies Lobby up here. Oh, bro. Them all standing. I want to live! I want to live! Oh, just tell us you want to live, Robin. Give us a reason. We're here for you. Tell us you want our help. That's all we want. Just tell us you want to live, Robin. Oh, man. And this is another arc. Just like Alabasta, everyone gets their fight, right? And this one, we even have more characters this time. Does Usopp really get a fight, though? I mean, Zoro does, Sanji does, even Nami does, which Nami also does in Alabasta, but Chopper does. I don't know who Usopp really fights, though. Usopp's in this room and kind of fights Kaku and the wolf guy, whatever his name is. Oh, Frankie. Frankie even gets a fight. I don't know if it was, yeah, Usopp just kind of fights along, I think, but I feel like that's fine, because everyone else gets a fight. And obviously the best moment in the arc, Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Oh man. More preferably the second one. Gear Secondo. When he fights the Door fruit guy and just one punches him. Just does the jet punch and he's just done. Oh! And then obviously the fight with Lucci just... It's so good. One of the best fights in One Piece with Lucci and Luffy. Also, they declare the war against the government. I mean, as far as just stories go, this can probably be a lot of people's favorite art. Best art, whatever you want to say. But, I think Arlong and Alabasta are still more my favorites. Just personal opinion, though. You can definitely argue it's better than those, but... That's where I'm gonna put it. S tier. It definitely belongs there. Alright, looks like we got post-NES lobby, which I'm definitely gonna have to fill me in on what post-NES lobby means. Okay, this tells me a lot already, this little cover thing here. So, we meet Garp, we meet Kobe, the reunion there. You know, his kind of glow up from being a little shore boy on Alvida's ship. Ramen speaks with Aokiji, the new bounties. This just kind of wraps up the NES lobby, obviously the post-NES lobby arc. Oh, we get a new ship. We obviously get Frankie as a new member. Also filled in on Blackbeard versus Firefit. Wow, there's a lot of stuff that happens. Usopp joins back, you know, they kind of apologizes here. Usopp returns. Yeah, meeting Garp, Luffy's grandfather for the first time. That's obviously an important character. And then like breaks down. This is like the first time we get like the understanding of the world, right? With the Yonkos. Yeah, a lot of stuff kind of happens in this post part. Kind of wraps everything up, puts it in a nice little bow, right? Where would I put it? I feel like it's better than 1 or 7. Is that kind of crazy? That might be a little crazy, actually. I don't know. I feel like it deserves that. It's not like a true arc with like the villains and fights and all this other stuff, but so I don't think I'm gonna put an S tier. But I like it better than Water 7, so I think I'm gonna put it above Water 7. Which that's still probably a little controversial because I feel like Water 7 kind of builds up the whole thing, which makes NES Lobby so good. I don't know. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I feel like we get a lot of interesting things here. And it kind of wraps everything up real nicely. Okay. I forget how many arcs there are. We haven't even gotten to the halfway point yet. Okay. Is Thriller Bark our next one? Oh, here we go. I don't like Thriller Bark. I think I like it more than Skypiea, though. Because there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in Thriller Bark. I don't love the fights though. Because who's fighting, right? I think I don't know, Zoro fights the kind of the undead samurai guy and gets his sword. There's all lore behind that, but I got it, Sanji doesn't fight anybody that I remember anyway. Like Luffy's form with the shadow input, like taking all the shadows within him. Kinda cool form. I mean, my favorite moment, obviously meeting Brook. One of my favorite Straw Hats with Brook. And then at the end, you know, we meet Kuma for the first time, and then And now we got the backstory of Kuma in the latest arc with Egghead. Kuma being one of my probably favorite characters. But nothing happened with Zoro taking all of Luffy's pain. Oh, that scene is like ingrained in every One Piece fan. You can't tell me otherwise. So, with that being said, I don't care for Thriller Bark, but Thriller Bark is good. You know, it has the beats there. Gecko Moria, I don't like Gecko Moria either. Yeah, this is, you know, and it might be better than in the manga. I don't know, anime only over here, but it's gonna be the best of the B tier for me, right? It's a fleshed out arc. It has some good moments. We get a great Straw Hat Pirate with Brook, but other than that, I don't really like it. And I feel like it would be cool because it's got this whole like haunted, you know, horror thing. You know, one of the funnier scenes in it. I think it goes on a little longer than it should too. Like, how long is Thriller Bark? Yeah, I mean, it's almost 50 episodes. Yeah, a little under 50. A little under, you know, high 40 episodes there. It's just, I don't know, it's a lot, and you definitely feel it. You definitely feel it watching it. So I think it's better than... The only reason I'm putting it above some of these I probably like a little more is because it's just... I feel like they're not arcs to me, you know? 3 or 4 episodes doesn't feel like arcs, in my opinion. So... But I think it's the best of the B tier, so we're gonna... That's where we're gonna end up with that. Oh, okay. Now we're getting into some good arcs here. Some good arc territory again. So is it Impelled Down first? Oh, I'm forgetting Sabadi. Sabadi, yeah. Yeah, Sabadi's next. So Alicia, hiya, heya. How's it going? Welcome in. What's happening? We're currently finished up Egghead, the last episode of Egghead, and finishing up that arc. So I am doing a tier list of all the One Piece arcs currently. So, and we're gonna put Egghead in at the end, talk about Egghead and where it ends up with the rest of the arcs. But this is where we're at right now. Cool? I thought so. I think so. So, I don't know if you'll feel that at the end or even right now looking at where we've placed some of these, but you stream every day? I stream consistently. You're an artist? No. But I stream pretty consistently, I would say. A few days a week. 3-4 days a week. Try to. So, next, Sabadi. The Sabadi arc. Sabadi arc's really good. Sabadi Archipelago. 25 episodes. We meet the worst generation, obviously by the poster right here. Right, we get Captain Kidd and Law. You know, we kind of all end up meeting these characters at some point in the story. Although we still haven't met this top dude right here, the dude with the big beard. That's the only one we've kind of like gotten a glimpse of. I don't know if he's going to come up later. But everyone else we've kind of hit up into this point of the One Piece story. You're an artist? Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm not interested, but that's awesome. I appreciate that, but I'm okay. I don't got time for people running ads in my chat. You know what I mean? Your graphic artist, cool. You know, you're not interested in watching me. You're interested in making money. You know what I mean? let's continue here. Oh, I'm not having that conversation go on and on. I'm trying to do this. So, Sabadi, yet again, you know, one of my favorite moments in that is the Celestial Dragon Punch that Luffy does in the like auditorium auction place. We meet Kaimi, which, you know, we end up kind of rescuing there at the auction. Also the Hachi moment too. Damn, Chazel's ruthless. Well, you know what I mean. You know, hey, I'm a graphic artist, and you know I make all this other stuff. It's like cool. I don't care. I don't care. This is not the place to do it. You know, if you want to watch me, sure. But I know where it's going, right? I know where that conversation's going, and I don't want to entertain it. I don't. Because then you'll join my Discord, and then you'll just sit there like a bot. And I'm okay. I'm good. Guess what? If I want emotes or anything updated on my channel, I'm not going to be going to Twitch for it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be going to the viewers. Maybe Fuyu, right? He mentioned something about an emote, but Fuyu's been ride or die, so it's a little different. Let's continue. Sabadi's a good solid arc, though. It's like this, it's a strong, like, you can even feel it, like it's this midpoint part of the story. The punch felt around the world, yeah, the auction house incident, just fire moment. Just the whole, like, you don't do anything to a celestial dragon, and Luffy's like, I don't care. You shoot my friend, you're doing all this nasty stuff, and Luffy sees it, he's just like, I don't care who you are. Fire moment. The truth about Roger Admiral Kizaru. We meet Kizaru for the first time. Sabadi's a great arc. And I'm going to tell you why. And it involves with Kuma, because we don't, even as the viewer, we don't know what's really going on. When he starts vanishing all the Straw Hat Pirates, you know? In the back of our head, we're not realizing that Kuma's doing it for good, for the better of the Straw Hat. And it's like the first point in the story of like this dread of like, they're not where they're at. They're not where they need to be yet. And it's like, it's proven in the despair and like just the absolute, just like the sadness of like, we're not on this level with, you know, the Pacifistas and the Admiral Kizaru. We're not even close yet. And it's like the true halfway bookmark point. It's good. It's a good solid arc. It's definitely a good kind of build up to do that whole 2-year time skip thing. I feel like the Sabadi and the return to Sabadi are going to be pretty much on the same level, I think. I think they both serve the very similar purposes. I mean, I don't know how long the return to Sabadi is. I mean, how long is just Sabadi in general? I think I already said it. 20 episodes? Yeah, Sabadi's good. You really get a lot of meeting a lot of characters that are going to show up later. Gotta restart my music. Oh, where do I put it though? It's not S tier. I definitely thought there'd be some more S tiers, and I think we're gonna get some more. Is it better than Enies Lobby though? Or like post Enies Lobby? I'm gonna put it right behind Waters. Oh man, this is tough. It's just because of the punch though, so I'm gonna put it right there. Right in between Water 7 and Barate, and just because it's a little bit on the shorter end, you know, we meet the worst generation, we get that dread moment. Oh, man, there is a lot of like significant things that happen in that though. Screw it, I'm putting it in front of Enies, post Enies Lobby and Water 7. I don't think it's quite that. I feel like if you're S tier or more, you gotta have all of it. You gotta have the fights, you gotta have the villain, you gotta, you know what I mean? And I feel like Drum Island's just below, because it has those, but not everything. And I feel like Drum Island maybe could be taken a little lower, but I don't know, I like it. Alright, what do we got next? Amazon Lily? Amazon Lily, you know? 17 episodes. We meet Boa Hancock, one of my favorite characters. Do I need to say more on why? I like the relationship between her and Luffy. Do we get a backstory with kind of Boa? I can't really remember. Okay, we do. Claw of the Celestial Dragon. Succumbs to love sickness. I'm trying to think if the Sun Pirates, this is when the Sun Pirates are getting brought up. I can't remember if this is when it gets brought up or if it's later. War with the Whitebeard approaches. This is where I'm like, the other places are just where everyone else was sent to. It's a solid beat, but yeah, this is A tier. This might be B tier actually. Amazon Lily might be B tier. And I think I gotta put it, good lord, where do you put Amazon Lily, you know? I think I'm gonna put it right in between Jaya and Romance Dawn. Because it's just not very interesting. I like Boa. The Women Island, you know. It's kind of okay, right? You know, now that I think about it, because I kind of like Logtown. Maybe right in front of Orange Town. Yeah, I like that. I feel like that's definitely a good spot for it. I don't think it's lower. I don't think it needs to be put into rookie tier by any means, because it's kind of like filling in the 2-year gap. Or not the 2-year gap, but the kind of where everyone's their training arc, right? For the rest of the Straw Hats, you know, Luffy has saving his brother to do, so. But that's where I'll put Amazon Lily. So we got Impel Down next. I really like Impel Down. I really do. How long is Impel Down? Like, kind of gets split up a little bit. It's more episodes than I thought it was, though. Huh. But we get snuck into Impel Down with Boa. Oh, Garp visits Ace. Oh, man. Luffy teams up with Buggy. I forgot that happened. It's okay. It's an okay arc. The fight with Magellan. I really like Magellan's power. It's kind of... It's a little silly, too, with having to use the restroom or whatever, you know? The uncontrollable bowel movements, you know? We meet Bon Clay yet again, a little reunion with Bon Clay. Bon Clay is kind of the one that stays behind, like, no, move forward. Kind of sacrifices himself for us to get to Marineford. Okay, and this is where Blackbeard arrives at Impel Down, basically recruiting members for his crew on some of the dangerous, like, pirates in Impel Down. Oh, this is where he gets eventually gets the invisibility fruit. Shiru, yeah, on level 6, Shiru. Which is definitely going to be a future fight with Zoro. Zoro's going to fight that guy, 1,000%. That, or they could do an interesting thing where Sanji fights him. Because, like, Sanji's, like, dream devil fruit or whatever, so we'll see how that happens. I feel like they might both fight him. You know, and then Zoro might probably... Zoro gets all the love. So Zoro's probably going to be the actual, like, finisher that finishes off Shiru, but... So, Impel Down. Where do I put Impel Down? Oh, that's tough. I like it better than Amazon Lily. I think that's where it goes. I didn't realize Jaya and Logtown and like Romance Dawn were gonna be like this. It's kind of this separator of like separating the kind of the good and okay-ish arcs, right? Anyway, well, that's that on Impel Down. Or is this Marineford time? Is this Marineford arc time? It is. It is. And this is the best arc of One Piece. So, you know, I think you can argue that it doesn't have the other stuff like the crew camaraderie. Because, you know, the only Straw Hat is Luffy. There's no other involvement of any Straw Hat pirate. So that's probably like a knock you could say on it. But it's like this, it's the first war of One Piece. With the Whitebeard pirates trying to save Ace. Luffy showing up to save Ace. And just big moment after big moment happens. Right? We get the reveal that Goldie Roger is the father of... I feel like this is the arc of unpredictability, too. Because you get that revealed, which you're like, okay, I didn't even see that coming, but okay. Like, Goldie Roger is Ace's father, okay. Eye-opener. Like, maybe you could have predicted that, but at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know they were going to throw that at us. And then, just every big head there. You know, the 7 warlords. Shanks coming at the end to end it, basically. Whitebeard dying. Ace dying. Ace dying might be the biggest thing where I'm like, there's no way Ace is gonna die here. And I think even, like, I had, like, a suspicion that he may die. And I think I may have found something or searched something up and I got spoiled that Ace was gonna die. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think they would kill Ace off. And I feel like it gave a more more significance to that arc, like 10 times over. Because I feel like if Ace lives, like if we save Ace, it doesn't have the same impact. It's not close. Because Luffy's so scarred by Ace's death. Like, he doesn't even have any motivation to continue becoming, like, Pirate King. And, like, Jinbei's got to be the one to knock some sense into him. And be like, remember what you have. Remember what you're fighting for. Remember what you're trying to become to be. Ugh. Sakazuki and Whitebeard, that fight. I mean, is it even a fight? Whitebeard just puts him into the ground. Aokiji and Kizaru and Shanks. I mean, every big head that we're going to see, probably in the second war too, outside of, you know, people that are dead. But you get introduced to every major character at that point. The whole deal with Garp, like, having to suppress his feelings on, like, because he's a Marine, and then he wants to kill Sakazuki, and Sengoku has to, like, hold him down, be like, are you insane? What are you wanting to do? Like, if you don't hold me down, I'm gonna kill that man. I'm gonna kill that kid. I raised that child. I raised that kid, and he died in front of me. I'm killing that homie. Akino would have whooped Garp up too. Oh, 1,000%. Well, I don't know. 1,000%. That would have been actually a good fight. Now, 2-year time skip Akainu, I definitely think Akainu would whoop Garp. But before the 2-year time skip, I don't. It would have been because Garp's, I don't know. Maybe he would have. Because you got to think Whitebeard. Also, Whitebeard's like the strongest pirate at this time. So he just kind of toys with Akainu. Yeah, that arc's great. That arc's my favorite arc in One Piece. And if there's any other One Piece fan that tells you different, I don't know if they're a One Piece fan. Is that crazy to say? I don't think it's crazy to say. Like, you can maybe put... No, I don't think anything matches up to it. Like I said, the only thing missing is other Straw Hats. And I think if you had the other Straw Hats there, you couldn't do that. Because it would take away from that. You know, it's like even Luffy being there is just like, he's nothing. He's nothing at that point. So having other Straw Hats would be like, okay, they're nothing too. Like, there's no significance they would have in that arc. Yeah, best arc. There's no question. And when we get another war arc, I think that's the only way it's going to be dethroned. And even then, it's going to be hard to do. So, there you have it. Marineford arc. What is next? Post-war? Okay, so post-war is like backstory with Sabo. And this is what we find out about Sabo. The aftermath of Whitebeard and Ace's deaths. Yeah, a lot of this arc's probably the backstory with Ace, Luffy, and Sabo, which is good. I feel like it runs a little too long though, but it is good and it's solid. That's the majority of this post arc, I think. Oh yeah. The Dawn. Okay, overwhelmed with grief, Luffy declares he's too weak to become king of the pirates. This is where, like, Jinbei has to put him into, like, get your act together. Sabo the goat. Sabo's awesome. I do like Sabo. Shank, pay the respects to Ace and Whitebeard. Okay. Oh, Sengoku steps down. I'm just trying to see what all... Okay. How long is the post-war arc? Oh, it's more than I thought it was. I guess it does kind of tie everything up. I don't know. I don't really see post-war as a... I just seem post-war... Like, some of these arcs, I just seem tied into other arcs to me. Like, post-war arc, just... I feel like that's just... Still part of Marineford there, you know? So it just being by its own... Like, the biggest thing is the backstory, right? Which is good. This is interesting. I feel like just as arcs go, it's better than Thriller Bark. Is it A tier? I don't know. I just didn't fall in love with the backstory like I feel like everyone else would have. I feel like it went on a little too long to me. Might be a hot take, I don't know. But I feel like I'm giving it credit put it in front of a lot of this stuff, though, in B. So. Alright. Is it Return to Sabadi, I'm assuming? Like I said, Return to Sabadi would be put along with Sabadi, I feel like. I feel like they're very similar in what they do. Kind of the before and after. I feel like Sabadi has more importance, though. So I'm gonna put it right below Sabadi. I feel like seeing everyone's glow up is very cool. And it's only it's 5 episodes, so Shroud Luffy's back. We meet fake Luffy, Frankie's 2-year upgrade, everybody's upgrade. Yeah, it's fire. It's the pacifista with the beams shooting at Luffy's head. My favorite part of this art. And he just goes too slow, right? When he just couldn't fight the pacifistas, and then Sanji and Zoro are also just take one out. Yeah, it's like, okay, they're stronger. 2-year upgrade, engage. Yeah, I like it. It's solid. I like Sabadi all around. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is our first arc I don't like. Probably along with Skypiea. It might be worse than Skypiea to me. Fishman Island. This has got to be C tier for me. I don't know. This is where we start getting into bad pacing territory. This is where we start getting let's see how long this is. So 18 plus 31. So almost 50 episodes. And you feel it. This is you definitely feel it with Fishman Island. And that's the whole reason I feel like they reanimated it and made the pacing faster. Is because I feel like it needed it probably more than any other arc. So, and I definitely think it's probably the more not enjoyable arcs. And I think people would agree with that. This probably goes... Do I like it better than Skypiea? God, the villain sucks. There's just a bunch of things that suck in it. Like, meeting Jinbei's might be my favorite part of it. Like, even the characters of Fishman Island, like Poseidon, or not Poseidon, but Zeus. I mean, what's the guy's name? Basically the king of the Fishman Island. I don't know. For such a cool aspect of being like, oh, we're gonna go undersea and the Fishman Island, the Fishman people, and the history of that. It feels like it has so much cool stuff going on, and it's just, it sucks. Right now, it's like, do I put it lower than Skypiea? Because at least NL's more interesting. This is how much more interesting NL is. I can't even tell you the villain of Fishman Island. I can't even remember his name. Like, what is his name? That whole fight, yeah, this is worse than Skype. I don't think I have to argue that too much. I still can't find his name. Hody Jones, that's what it is. Like, bringing back Arlong would have been better than this Hody Jones guy, and that would have sucked, because I don't feel like you need to bring back Arlong, but that would have at least been better. But, alright. Yeah, this is like, after the 2-year time skip, these arcs, these first couple are brutal. The pacing's awful, and the arcs are just bad, because next up, we got, Punk Hazard. Or is Punk Hazard after Dressrosa? Punk Hazard's after Dressrosa, never mind. So Dressrosa's next. Okay. Dressrosa. Alright. Dressrosa, huh? This is like where the pacing really shows, because it's like, you see it in Fishman, and then it just feels really bad in Dressrosa. There's so many episodes in Dressrosa. Okay, it's after. I was about to say, I don't remember it being right after Fishman. Bro, Dressrosa is 117 chapters. Or 117 episodes. Dressrosa peak? Okay, guy. So I messed up. Punk Hazard's first. I don't like Punk Hazard. Well, the most beneficial thing in Punk Hazard is this where we meet up with Law and, like, have an alliance with Law? Like, that's the most significant thing from it. And then that shows up later than in Dressrosa. Yeah, I don't like anything. I don't like Caesar. Caesar, too much screen time. I don't like him. Bro, God, I'm seeing these screenshots and just skimming some of this. Oh, I don't like this art. How long is Punk Hazard? This is going to tell you everything you need to know right here. It's 44 episodes. Do you read the manga? I do not. Anime only. And, you know, that's just on me. I don't love reading. So, that's on me. But I've heard people love Dressrosa that read it, so... And I get that. And we'll get to Dressrosa, but... I'll consider that when I rank it here. But Punk Hazard might be... Man. I feel like that's where you put Punk Hazard. Below Fishman? I mean... The only thing I can really think of, best scene in Punk Hazard, was like, I know, Kiji saves Smoker from Doflamingo. That was cool. I don't know. Law has some cool moments in there. I don't know. I don't love Punk Hazard. Also, the pacing. That being almost 50 episodes blows my mind. But that feels right, because it just felt like it kept going. And going, and going, and going. It's like, okay, can we finish this? Can we wrap this up? Okay, we got Dressrosa now. Dressrosa, we're getting close here. Very important arc. I mean, so many things happen in Dressrosa. The Colosseum, we get kind of the backstory of Dressrosa on how Doflamingo's kind of become its ruler, person in charge, you know, kind of running everything. The flame fruit. Sabo, you know, the reveal of Sabo still living and Luffy having a reaction to that. Oh, yeah, we meet Fujitora, too. My allergies are starting to act up. Over 100 episodes, though. This definitely, the pacing of this could be a lot better. But it is a good solid arc, and I know it's a lot of people's favorite. I feel like people like it more in the manga because it might be a better paced versus like watching 24-minute episodes for over 100 episodes. So with all that considered, I can't put it lower than A. I think that's for sure. But Doflamingo as a villain, and also the Gear 4 transformation, everyone kind of getting their fight too, right? Which is like where half the crew kind of splits up, right? Or some are already in Zoe. I can't really remember. So I don't remember Sanji really fighting. Zoro fights the Pika guy. I can't put this in S tier, but I think I can put it right here. I feel like that's as high as I can put it. So, just because the pacing. I feel like if the pacing and it wasn't over 100 episodes, I feel like it's easily S tier with all the stuff going on in it. Also, the backstory of Law. Man, this makes me want to put it in S tier. I'm putting it in S tier, boys. I feel like there's so many good things that happen. Do I put it in front of Drum Island? Yeah, we'll put it in front of Drum Island. Because there's just so many things that happen. And granted, it's over 100 episodes. There should be a lot that happen. But Doflamingo, and that's one of the probably the best villains in One Piece. Another warlord. But there's a lot of his crew I just don't like. Yeah, overall, there's just so much that happens in that arc, and it really fills out everything with what's happening in the story. Also, the backstories are just, with the backstory of Dressrosa and the backstory of Law Corazon, it's just, yeah, I feel like it's got to be there. Zoe. Zoe's interesting. How long is Zoe? It is 28 episodes. This is what I'm talking about. There's no reason it should be that long. Like, when do we get the pacing figured out? I think Egghead. I don't think it gets figured out till Egghead. Egghead really nailed the pacing. Like, even Wano feels like it goes on too long, but Wano's good. Whole Cake's good. Zoe, though. The big thing about Zoe... Sanji, right? Political engagement with his past and family. We do find a road poneglyph here. Yeah, 17 days ago, we have the Jack's invasion. We get that whole thing fleshed out with Jack. I don't know, it serves its purpose, I guess, but it just kind of is what it is, right? Like, it even being 20-something episodes, this kind of surprises me. This is where, like, the pacing just doesn't exist and nothing's happened. Oh, man, this is tough. It's not C tier. A lot of these B ones could just really be reordered in any other way. I'll put it right below post-war. I feel like that's fine. I feel like you could definitely argue it lower, but I don't think I'm going to argue too much to it going higher. So, Whole Cake's next. And the Reverie's after. Right? Or is it before? It's after. Whole Cake. So how long is Whole Cake? It's almost 100. This Whole Cake feels a little long too. But the Katakuri fight, I mean, I think up to this point, the Katakuri fight was like the best Luffy fight. That fight was really good. Also, our first fight with like a Yonko, which we don't really fight Big Mom, but we're fighting our crew, so the stakes have been raised at the highest level. Also, the backstory of Sanji, you know, where you got kind of another backstory with Sanji. Sanji being one of my favorite characters, with Germa 66. That being really sad. Are always sad. The backstories are always sad, right? Man, the Sanji just fighting Luffy. Hard to watch. Hard to watch. As a Sanji fan, really hard to watch. Tough scene. There's a lot of stuff in the Whole Cake I don't love. It's a good arc, though. One of the better openings. Hope opening, really good. Big Mom backstory, interesting. Not one of my favorites. The Luffy with Luffy fight with Katakuri really saves this arc. Like, if that doesn't happen, this is like a really low tier arc in my opinion. Man, Whole Cake. I feel like you gotta put it... Like, it's a fully fleshed out arc. So I think that makes it an A tier alone. I don't know if I can put an S tier, though. I think I'll put it right there. I think it's right in between S and A. I think you could even push it to S if you wanted to, but it's just these newer arcs just didn't figure out the pacing, and they didn't figure it out till Egghead, I think. So, and then Reverie, I mean, I don't even know what happens in Reverie. It's 11 episodes, and I couldn't tell you. We just kind of find out what's going on in the world, right? And then also the Reverie that happens. Emu, you know, we learn of Emu for the first time. This is like the end all boss here. It definitely fleshes out the world and be like, this is where we're at currently, right? This is what's going on. This is what you need to be concerned about, right? Emu's the strongest ever. I mean, it's definitely looking that way, right? I don't know. It's one of these. I think you gotta just put it in B tier because it's a short little. It's like these arcs that I just don't think that are big enough to be arcs. You know, like Romance Dawn, Barote. Like the first 30 episodes feels like it's one arc to me. So I feel like Reverie does a good job of telling us what's going on with the world at this point in the story. So I think it's at least a B tier. I think right below. I think Romance Dawn needs to go higher. I don't know. Romance Dawn's only a few episodes. That's why it's there. The importance of Romance Dawn, I feel like, is higher, but... Okay. Wano. We got Wano and Egghead left. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. There's a reason why there's like 1,100 episodes. We got a lot of arcs. So Wano's S tier. Wano's definitely S tier. I'm just gonna... Is it S plus tier? That's the question. It's the longest arc. It's longer than Dressrosa. Oh, that's good though. Is Wano better than Dressrosa? I don't think I can put it in that GOAT tier. I think I can put it better than Dressrosa. I feel like the pacing, and I feel like I'm saying this on a lot of the 2-year time skip arcs, but the pacing was god awful, dude. Wano, there's a lot of good stuff in Wano, though. It makes me want to put it in S plus tier. Because, I mean, the villain. You look at the villain of the arc. I know. Like, it doesn't get... But you don't think of him as, like, the best villain in One Piece. You just think of, like, this power gap. Like, there's no way Luffy could beat a Yonko. And then, you know, he does. So... Yeah, Wano's really good, though. Like, even though the pacing's not great, and it's more episodes than Dressrosa, I feel like watching Wano was more enjoyable than watching Dressrosa. There's just a lot of, like, the filler Dressrosa. There's just a lot of stuff in Dressrosa I just don't, like, enjoy watching. Like, if I were to rewatch One Piece, which would be an insane task, like, some of these arcs would be tough. Like, Dressrosa watching every episode, like, it would be a skip around. And so would Wano, but I feel like more so in Dressrosa. I feel like that's a good spot for it, but, you know, Wano... A lot of stuff happens in Wano. We get the backstory with, I'm trying to think of the name. But you could definitely tell this was the arc we were trying to get to since the 2-year time skip, right? And it's a really good arc. Man, there's a lot of stuff. Odin. Good lord. Why can I remember Odin's name? That whole deal, the story with Odin and traveling with the Whitebeard pirates. Or not the Whitebeard pirates, the Roger pirates. Yeah, bro. A lot of good stuff. Also, I hate this guy. Maybe my least favorite character in One Piece is this Kajiro guy. Absolutely hate him. God, I wish he wasn't even a character. Oh, it's a good arc, though. Really good. Egghead. Alright, we're here. We're finally here. This is kind of went longer than I thought it would go. Where do I put Egghead? Now, just talking about the previous arcs, specifically in the 2-year time skip, this is the best paced 2-year time skip arc. And it deserves a lot of credit for that. A lot of stuff happens in Egghead. So 14. So 69 favorite number, favorite position, but 69 episodes. And Egghead. So you can already tell the pacing's better. Because, granted, I guess there's not a whole lot going on compared to like a Wano or a Whole Cake. Well, you could kind of compare it to a Whole Cake situation. Well, I don't know. I don't know. They got a lot of characters, a lot of stuff going on in those. But you could tell this was a lot better paced. And this was like the first time in the 2-year time skip where I was watching weekly. Like every episode, I'm just like, I'm ready to watch the next one. I'm ready to watch the next one. And like the Dressrosa, Wano arcs, like there was gaps where I would just skip and then binge a bunch of episodes. Because it was brutal watching week to week because there would be nothing happening. So they really nailed the pacing with this one, even though the back end started to get a little fillery, where it was just like, not fillery, but the pacing where it was just like, okay, we were going so strong early, and then kind of like nothing happening in some episodes. We're just like, okay, what really happened in this one episode, though? Not really anything. So there wasn't a whole lot of that, though. And like, if you saw like the like IMDb like ratings of every episode, like some of the highest rated episodes, like start to finish in an arc, just really good arc overall. The backstory with Kuma, one of the best backstories in One Piece. I mean, up there, could rival even like Robin and like Laws, in my opinion. I still like those better, but really good backstory. Also finding more about the world with the broadcast with Vegapunk, all that stuff, really interesting. Bonnie, I know people are kind of hit or miss with Bonnie having the whole like the Gear 5 power, and I don't mind it. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool design. Oh, this is one of my favorite scenes where Bonnie discovers Kuma's memories. Oh, God, that hits. Because you're picturing in your mind, she's just like, you get revealed that she just went through all the memories. Kind of like, she was watching the memories with you, basically. She was watching the backstory with you, and like, seeing her mom for the first time. She's never seen her mom. And seeing how Kuma was and her mom was. I mean, such a good scene. I'm putting Egghead. Oh, it might just because it's fresh on the dome. I'm putting Egghead S tier. S+ tier. And the only reason I'm putting it in the S+ tier is because the pacing, they nailed the pacing. And they nailed everything that should be. Granted, not everyone gets their fight, which I really do miss. But I don't think we're really gonna get that until, because I don't think we're getting that in Elbath either. But making every episode, me wanting to watch it every week, is just such a better place to be with some of these other long arcs where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna binge it. I'm gonna skip a few weeks or a few months even, and then I'll binge it. I didn't do that with Egghead. Egghead I watched weekly. I mean, there would be like a couple weeks, maybe I'd, not watch 1 week, and then next week I'd watch 2 episodes or something like that. But I really think they nailed Egghead, and I hope Egghead is the future of arcs. I mean, now that they're going like a seasonal route, or they're going like maybe like 14 or 24 episodes a season, I think you'll definitely see the pacing be a lot better with that. I just hope they know that, hey, you don't have I don't know how they're gonna do it, but because they've never really done that since like the early days with like some of these arcs being like 11, 20 episodes. So we'll see what happens with Elbath, but there it is, boys. There's the tier list. Kind of long, right? A lot of arcs to cover, though. There's probably some stuff you could change here or there. I would change here or there, but we're setting this in stone right now. This is what I think's the best. And like I said, Egghead being in that low top 5 arcs kind of fits, right? We got it at number 4. I think like you could interchange it with Wano. But yeah. There you have it. Marineford, Alabasta, Arlong Park, NES Lobby. Just I think you could maybe put it down to S tier, but I don't know. I'm probably going to give pacing a lot of credit there. So, which the manga, you know, that's a whole different thing with pacing. So, this should probably be like an anime tier list for me, because I just anime only. But anywho, I think that's going to do it for me though here, boys. Wasn't really expecting to do that, so a little bit longer stream than I thought it was going to be, but I don't know, just kind of got the motivation to do that since we're going to be out a few days and then be back probably New Year's with a little something, I don't know yet. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Allergies are kicking my butt as we speak, so going to medicate, going to rest a few days. So, look forward to a new year. Happy holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. The holiday time. You know, all that jazz. I don't need to go on and on. But, we'll bring in the new year with you boys. Best believe it. I don't know with what yet, but I'll be putting in the Discord what we'll be doing, so look out for that. But with that, have a great rest of your night, great rest of the holidays. Let's bring in the new year strong, positive, boys. You know how we do it around here. Strong and positive. 2026, it's our year, boys. Only up from here. I'm looking forward to it. Got some cool stuff for 2026. I'm looking forward to it. So, with that, I'll catch you boys later. And I'll see you boys when I see you boys. Peace. Peace. Peace.